Hello and welcome to Katrinas Creations. This is episode 433. Before we get started, I am wearing a Flaxlight short-sleeved top, and let me tilt this down so you can see. It has beading all the way across here, so you can see that, and then otherwise it is a short-sleeved raglan sweater. So that's what that is. And it is orange. A lot of times when I wear this, people think it's yellow because the way the video comes out, it's actually orange, different shades of orange. So kind of tangerine type of colored. So let's get started. I have a few finished objects. First, I have the last of the green hexes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this finishes up the celery stalk from Knit Crate. It was like a 400 gram or 400 yard skein that I had, so that's why I have so many of them. But I'm done, so that's the last of the green. Then I got some yarn in. If you missed the video yesterday, yeah, click the link right here. It'll take you over to it. Some of the yarn I got in was fairy tail fur, and the color was lapin or lapin, and I was able to make more hedgehogs because the color was almost identical. So I have 3 more hedgehogs to add to the herd. So yeah, there's 3 more little hedgehogs. So I have that. Those are going for the craft markets. One just fell on the floor. And then the other sort of finished object I actually need your advice on. I was wearing this particular sweater in the video yesterday. This is also the Flaxlight pattern, except that I made up my own color work in here for it. But otherwise, it's identical to the one I'm wearing. However, the bottom of this, I did a fans and feathers lace edge to it, and then I had some of this leftover yarn, the purpley color. So last night I crocheted some onto the edge of it just to make it a little bit longer, and because I had the yarn, I was like, why not? So here's my question. This is what it now looks like. Should I add some onto the sleeves? Now the sleeves do have a ribbing, a 2x2 ribbing on them. So should I add the purple color to the ends of the sleeves as well? I don't need to add it to the neckline because the neckline I think is pretty much okay. Although I've got plenty, I could actually add some to the neckline so it wouldn't be as, this one's perfect the way it is. This one is a little wider, as you can see. So it's not horrible, but it is a little teeny bit wider. So I could put a row or so around it. So put your comments down below what you think I should do with this. So if you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so and click that little red button down below and then turn that notification bell on, because I do a giveaway for yarn every time I have a new 100 subscribers. And as of right now, I'm about 40 people away from hitting our next 100 subscribers. So yeah, if you haven't, please do. So those are my finished objects. Now we're gonna move on to my works in progress. So for my works in progress, we'll start with my first project, and that is my knitted, as I'm calling them, Cookie Monster socks, because yeah, they look like Cookie Monster. But yeah, all I need is some wiggly eyes on it. We'll be in good shape. But I just started the heel increases, which is why I have this little marker right here, so I know which side is the increases, because the other side does not get increased. And yeah, my heel increases, I'm only like into the 3rd row, so you can't even really see where the increases are. So hopefully by next week you'll be able to see my heel increases. So that's my knitted project. Then I have my crochet project, and this is the graceful pattern from Expression Fiber Arts. And here it is. And if it looks like I didn't get anything done this week, it's because I had to rip out a bunch of rows, because this little detailing along here, this little cabling, I realized partway through, like all the way down here, that I had cabled on one side and not on the other side, and I had cabled too soon. And I was like, once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. I knew it would always drive me crazy. So I bit the bullet and I ripped back like probably about 4 inches worth of crochet. So I've literally caught back up to where I was last week, but it has that same detailing on both sides. And like I said, I did it on one side too soon, and then I didn't do enough on the other, and it was, yeah, it was gonna drive me crazy. So I have made progress, well, sorta. I got back to where I started last week. So, and then my last work in progress is my sweater, and this is a raglan top, which is the same as this. It's not a Tin Can Knits. This is Tin Can Knits Flaxlight. This is just a standard raglan sweater. I still haven't decided if I like the neckline rolled like this, and I can just tell looking at it that this is going, well, maybe not. Maybe it's not going to be too much bigger than what this is. I can always put ribbing on it afterwards if I want, but I did separate for the sleeves. So I've done that, and then I've gotten a little ways down from there. So that's how much I've progressed on that this week. So that's what I've been working on. What have you been working on? Now, if you noticed the last picture in the show and tell, and I will stick another picture of that up so you can see it. Yeah, that is actually a backpack. Janet Lepre actually got that pattern off of Etsy, and she contacted me, and yeah, I told her how much I liked the pattern, and I asked her where she had gotten it, and so anyway, she is going to be gifting me a copy of that pattern because she had a duplicate of it by accident. So thank you once again, Janet. I already have some yarn I think I'm going to be using on it. I think I've got some picked out. So yeah, I thought that was really neat, and I think it'll be fun to make. So I have 2 different yarns that I could potentially make it with. One is 100% wool, which means I could intentionally felt it. So we'll have to think about that. So anyway, yeah, and it's hand spun and it's gray, so it would go with everything. So that is one of my possibilities that I'm thinking of. So I just have to wait and see what the yardage is that's required for this. So acquisitions, like I said, if you missed yesterday's video, you can click on that link that was back a ways. I'll put the same link at the end too, if you want to check out a little bit more detail what I got. But I had a Knit Picks haul. Knit Picks is having a big summer sale, and it's run like half of June, and it's running, it looks like, all of July. So I got some of this yarn. This was the kickoff day of their big summer yarn sale, and some of the yarn was $2 a skein, some of it was $4, and some of it was $6. So the Hedgehogs, that yarn is the same as this. This is the Fairy Tale fur. It is extremely soft. The one that I made the Hedgehogs with is a little bit darker. It's more of a black, where this is almost like a grizzly bear color. It's kind of a light brown, and this is a darker brown with black undertones in the lower part of the fur, because the fur is kind of like two-toned. Like this is kind of a medium. You can see it really well here. It's medium with little white tips, where this is more of a dark black or dark brown with light brown tips. And the Hedgehog was actually black with white tips, which is actually the color of their quills. So yeah, I have 2 more skeins of this. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it, but I do have 2 more skeins to do something with. So I have that, and then I bought 6 skeins of Brava worsted, what was the color of this? Rosebud Speckle, and it is a definite, my colors are really blown out today. I don't know why I've got so much white, but I do. Yeah, it's a cherry, kind of a cherry color, and this is looking white, but it's actually, this background here is actually a real pale, pale pink, almost like a blush. So yeah, it's pretty pink, and I've got 6 skeins of this, and there's 218 yards per skein. So that's going to be a summer weight sweater, and it is a 4 weight. And then lastly, I got 2 skeins of Knit Picks palette, and this is fingering weight yarn, and this is what I'm going to hook the hexies together with, that I'm making for my hexie blanket. So that's what those are going to be connected with, is going to be this. So that was my acquisitions. This Friday's video is going to be a yarn sale, and if you saw my kitchen table right now, which is where I'm filming, there's a whole heap of yarn over here because I am sorting out. I'm also organizing some of my yarn into sweater quantities and trying to figure out in a better light, because the light up in the craft cave is not the greatest. I'm moving it down to the kitchen table so I can put it in good light and see what is going to go with what, and figure out what projects are going to become sweaters and things like that, or what I'm going to make with them. And then whatever I've got left over, I'm actually putting up for sale. So that will be this upcoming Friday's video. Now it's time for... Now, as I mentioned, Knit Picks is having a month, and it's roughly a month and a half long sale. It's a big summer sale. They have one currently right now, and all of the sales that I'm going to talk about are down below in the description box. Click the bold word more. It will all open up alphabetically, and you can see that you can click right to the links. It will take you directly to the pages that you need to be on. I also include the coupon code if it's needed down below too, so you don't have to try to remember it. But Knit Picks this weekend, the sale ends on Sunday, so it ends tomorrow. They are offering 20% off of their new brands of yarn. So they do have some new summer yarns that are out. And so they are offering 20% off of those. You do need to use a coupon code 6new25 in order to get that discount of 20% off. Now, if you are into using fingering weight or lace weight yarn, make sure you check out the video that I'm going to put out on Monday, because Knit Picks is having a up to 55% off of fingering and lace weight yarns. So if you use fingering weight, yeah, or I don't do lace weight anymore. It's pretty, but I used to do lace weight all the time. Not so much anymore as I've gotten older, but I do use a lot of fingering weight. So yeah, up to 55% off, and there will be a coupon code that you will need with that. And I can't share with that what it is yet until the sale actually starts, but make sure you watch for one of my little videos on Monday. It's yellow with black writing. That will give you all the information and the link to get you to that sale. So that is Knit Picks. Lovecrafts is also having a big summer sale, and I gotta get my notes closer. It runs all the way through July 31st. So there's new sales every day offered over there. Today, when I'm filming this, I think there was a 30% off. It changes from day to day. I don't always know ahead of time what those sales are going to be. So, but the link will take you right over to Lovecrafts, and it's right on their front page, whatever sale's running for that particular day. Mary Maxim is running a sale. It ends on Monday. It ends on June 30th. So that would be Monday. And that is 25% off of their Afghan and blanket kits. So that would be the yarn and the pattern. That's Mary Maxim, 25% off. And then Premier Yarns, it is everybody's big summer sale apparently, because we've got Knit Picks, Lovecrafts, and Premier Yarn doing their big summer sale, and it is up to 60% off of select yarns, and that ends tomorrow. So it ends on Sunday. No coupon code needed. It's already marked down. So that is Premier Yarns. And then lastly, Lion Brand. This sale ends on Monday, and that is 30% off of yarn and kits. You do need to use a coupon code of 430June in order to get that discount. So again, that's Lion Brand, 30% off yarn and kits. So I think it's 30% or up to 30%. One of the two. But anyway, you need that coupon code to get that discount. So those are the sales that I know of. Make sure you tune in on Monday to get all the information for the fingering weight yarn sale that's going to be going on at Knit Picks. And make sure you check out Friday's yarn sale, because I think it's going to be a bit of yarn. Depending on how much I have, it might end up split between 2 weeks. We'll have to see. So anyway, we have that coming up on Friday. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you again on Friday. Bye, everybody.